5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Are you ready to work towards a healthier future? Implement the best strategies for hitting your goals and taking life head on? Damn right you are. I'm your host, Courtney Levesque, and the Her Inspired Journey podcast is proud to bring you 10 minutes to better fitness. Every week, you'll hear the best of the best regarding your mental and physical health, as well as actionable insight you can implement right away. From your overall fitness to mindset, accountability, and the hottest trending topics, we've got you covered. Get ready, the clock's ticking, and your goals are waiting.
Hey you guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of 10 Minutes to Better Fitness. And today I'm talking about something that we've probably all been on. If you have been grinding through a fitness journey, this is probably something that you've butted heads against. And I'm talking about plateaus, fitness plateaus, weight loss plateaus, muscle gaining plateaus. Once you put your body through enough of this rigorous weight loss or nutrition or macronutrient balancing kind of thing, eventually at some point your body just kind of goes like, okay, I'm going to stall here. And it's a really frustrating place to be because you're still probably putting in the effort. You're still trying to make good choices in the kitchen and shy away from the cheats that you desire. And then you start to feel like, gosh, the effort that I'm putting in, I'm not seeing the benefits from. I'm not making progress. My weight's staying the same on the scale. I can't increase the weights that I'm using in the gym. It's just not a good place to be. And it can come from so many different reasons. I think that's the place that people get locked up, and it seems to be an area where it can be really easy just to throw in the towel and go like, I've tried everything, I don't know what else to do. And until you're able to really put kind of all the pieces together and then learn how to change those throughout your fitness journey, I think it's really hard to just dial in exactly what your body needs. As you increase your fitness, things change. So there's several different reasons why you might hit that weight loss or fitness plateau. It can be a change in your metabolism. So a lot of times, say you start out 40 pounds heavier or even 20 pounds heavier, and you're following, your diet. So you're really watching what you're doing in the kitchen, but that, 20 to 40 pounds has come off. What your body needs and requires is going to look way different than it did 20 or 40 pounds ago. So, although you might be thinking, well, my nutrition is still on point, but I'm not making the changes. The problem is that nutrition has to be reassessed as your body kind of grows and adapts to what you're doing. It can also be a change in metabolism because your macronutrient or your daily calorie intake isn't what it should be. And a lot of times it's the opposite of what people think. Well, I'm like eating good, or I'm not eating that much, I'm not overeating, but are you getting enough for your change of body composition? So as you increase your lean muscle mass and decrease your overall body fat, which is awesome, good for you, what you need to do is increase the calories or reassess the calories that you're intaking because your muscles are going to require more from you. You're going to burn more calories throughout the day just on your basal metabolic rate is going to increase. So your calories that you need to consume is also going to change. This can also stem from too much of the same thing. With my fitness training clients, we typically, depending on where they are and what their metabolism is like, we will go and we will do a specific training program with variation for 4 weeks. And will allow their bodies to really adapt and to get overloaded and to recognize those movement patterns before we do any other kind of changing things up or, adding a bunch of variety or different modalities to the workouts, because your body does have to get overloaded in a specific area in order to make those gains anyways. So it can either be, maybe you've done the same routine, the same 5-mile jog, the same day after day grind when it comes to your health and fitness for 3 months. And your body's just going like, I know what to expect now. I don't have to work that hard. I can kind of let my metabolism, I can let my body just go in like, a stalemate mode, because all of a sudden you're like, I know what's going to happen. I know the workload that's going to be given to my muscles, and it's going to test my cardiovascular system. So you can kind of just bog yourself down like that. There's another area where training can be associated with this plateau, and that is in adding too much variety. So I have also, less often, but I have seen some people who just need something new all the time when it comes to being in the gym or whatever. They're trying a bunch of different plans, and they're not really giving due diligence to sticking with something for a while. So maybe you're all over the board, or you're in CrossFit, and then you're in spin class, and then it's okay if you have that structure, but if you're constantly switching, or you're trying to do the next thing you see on Instagram too often, what's going to happen is that your body doesn't have that chance to be overloaded to that stress input and then increase your muscle mass or respond metabolically because of that reason. So that can be another area. Other things like daily lifestyle things can come in and interrupt the process of weight loss and gains as well. We're talking about not getting enough sleep. So if you're in a place where your sleep is really disrupted, or maybe you just had a baby, or maybe you are caring for a loved one who's sick, or maybe your schedule at work changed, all of those things can impact what's going on with your body's response to the things that you're giving it. So I want you to keep that in mind if you're going through big life changes, or there's something like that in your immediate family and you're losing sleep. All of those issues combined, even that added stress, can change your body's response and allow you to move forward and to make progress. So it's also one of those things where you really kind of have to take a holistic, whole body approach to figure out, what am I doing? What am I giving my body? How is this feeling? Is there a chronic stress load? Maybe you're dealing with a coworker or a boss, or being unhappy in your job, or a failing relationship, or kids that are constantly sick, or whatever it looks like to you. If you're always dealing with that thing, which is valid, which happens sometimes in life through different seasons, but if you're always dealing with that, your body is just kind of in survival mode. Just like you are mentally, your body will also be in survival mode. So just be cautious to that as well, that you are, giving yourself some self-care and some self-love, taking time out to do what you want to do. I just talked to a client the other day, and we were talking about all the things, the fitness, the nutrition, the mindset. And I said, so tell me, these things are wonderful, but what are you doing for you to better your mind and the process of loving yourself and finding your worth and building your confidence and being solid and rock strong? Because sometimes if we are putting out the physical components, but we're not putting out those mental components, or we're doing those check-ins with ourselves, we can, put up these walls for our body to be able to respond in the right ways. So something I want to challenge you to do, I just got to check the time here. Sometimes I'm too long-winded. I want you to do 3 things that will help you increase this. So obviously assess that we just, what we just talked about, see if you fall anywhere in there. If so, start looking and dialing in those things. But I want you to run a 7-day MyFitnessPal or Carb Manager, those are the 2 that I recommend, food log. Get really serious and very honest about what you're taking in, what those macronutrient levels look like. Are you getting not enough protein and too much carbs, or whatever the case may be? That 7-day of very honest feedback from that app will help you dial that in. I also want you to assess your training plan. If you haven't changed it, or if it's been too long, or you're maybe all over the place, I want you to set something in stone, a variety of one modality, right? So this one training plan that you're going to do for 4 weeks, okay? After that's all done, then you can reassess and go from there. See what changes your body makes. And then the other thing I really want to suggest to you is to think about your sleep and your recovery. This is also an area if people are working out too much or too vigorously, or they're just going for endurance and so their body's always taxed. If you're not also helping the rebuild, the recovery, the reboot part of that, you're not going to make the gains because your body's always going to be flatlined. That's what I got for you today. This is how you can work to recognize if you're in that plateau, which you probably already know if you are, but these are 3 ways that you can really assess, see where you're at, and hit the reset button. Okay? You got it? Cool. We'll see you next week.